The American government has now entered into a shutdown as the lawmakers and President Trump have failed to get a breakthrough in this budget impasse during the talks that hinged on Democratic demands for healthcare funding. So at midnight Eastern Time on Wednesday, funding for many federal agencies lapsed. The Senate rejected a Republican-led stopgap funding bill intended to extend the government operations through the 21st of November. And the bill failed to secure the 60 votes that were needed in the Senate to advance. The vote amongst the Democrats was nearly unanimous against the bill. But why didn't the funding measure pass? Now, the divide is over healthcare, and the Democrats insisted that any funding extension, including the restoration of Affordable Care Act, subsidies and reversal of cuts to Medicaid. The Republicans resisted, arguing that the funding bill should stay clean without policy riders or added healthcare mandates. Now, one Democratic proposal, a $1.5 trillion alternative, would have allocated about $350 billion to extend the expiring Obamacare tax credits and to reverse nearly $1 trillion in planned Medicaid cuts. And that proposal itself failed in a Senate vote of 47 to 45. So let's take a look as to what this shutdown means on the ground for the workers and for the American public. Now, the Congressional Budget Office estimates that up to 750,000 federal workers could be furloughed daily. Lost compensation is projected at about $400 million per day in unpaid wages. But some essential services will continue. Air traffic controllers, TSA screeners, federal law enforcement and critical safety inspections must operate even without funding. And still, unpaid workers and furloughed staff may strain these operations over time, leading to delays, cancellations or safety bottlenecks in aviation, permits, regulatory oversight and more. The Federal Aviation Administration will furlough about 11,000 employees and about 1/4 of its workforce, even as 13,000 plus air traffic controllers are required to work without pay. The TSA may see disruptions. Around 50,000 of its personnel might continue working but without compensation. A shutdown could cost the travel industry as much as about $1 billion per week in lost revenue. The Republicans, including Senate Majority Leader John Thune, have blamed the Democrats for blocking the clean funding bill. The Democrats have countered that the Republicans had refused to engage on health care provisions and that the GOP insists on a take-it-or-leave-it approach. Now, President Trump has threatened irreversible cuts to benefit programs if no deal is reached. The labor unions have sued the administration's Office to Management and Budget and the Office of Personnel Management, challenging directives to prepare mass layoffs or reductions in force during a shutdown. The unions have argued that such threats may violate existing federal law, especially the Anti-Deficiency Act, which bars spending without appropriation currently. Talks remain stalled, and the Democrats are unified in their opposition, and the Republicans are insisting on their terms.